So today we got a classy wood design from Sivga, an IEM that focuses more on a natural and musical sound rather than being technical. But here's the real question. Is it actually worth it, or is it just another good looking but average sounding IEM? So let's start with what you get in the box. And for this price, it is pretty impressive. You get the IEMs, a 3.5mm cable, a bunch of ear tips, and a leather zipper case. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the cable. It is actually really good, like surprisingly good, where it's thick, well braided, has metal connectors, and feels better than some cables I've seen on $100 or more. And then for the case, it's a proper leather case, not some cheap pouch, where it's thick, spacious, and actually usable. You could even fit a small DAC inside and some ear tips if you want. Last but not the least, the stock ear tips, where there are two kinds. The white is a short stem, wide bore, while the black is a longer stem but a narrower bore. Moving on to the comfort, it is very comfortable since the shells are thin, so they fit nicely in the ear and feel secure. But because it's made of metal and wood, it does have some weight to it, where it's not uncomfortable but you will notice it especially compared to lighter IEMs. The stock ear tips are actually decent too, which is similar to a K-Bear 07, so getting a good seal wasn't really an issue. And the cable, no microphonics, doesn't tangle, and the ear hooks sit nicely around your ears. So moving on to the important part, let's talk about the sound. We're starting with the bass. The Sivga Que focuses more on the mid-bass rather than the sub-bass, where you get a warm and full-bodied sound. Kick drums and bass guitars sound thick and natural, especially for acoustic tracks. But here's the trade-off. Sub-bass is rolled off, so if you listen to EDM or metal, you're probably gonna feel like something's missing. Where it doesn't have enough rumble, but you could fix this by increasing the volume, but with the trade-off that I'll talk about later. Overall, the bass is a little bit loose, so this is more for a laid-back listening rather than fast and punchy bass. Now this is where the Sivga Que really shines. The mid-range is easily the best part of this IM, where vocals sound warm, natural, and woody, where I will describe it as organic and has texture to it. Male vocals have weight and fullness, while female vocals sound smooth and lush. But it's not perfect. For the trade-off I said a while ago, at higher volumes, female vocals can get a bit shouty or even sibilant. And on busy tracks, things can get a little congested or blurry. But overall, if you love vocals and acoustics, this is where the Qui really delivers. Now for the treble, it's smooth, safe, and non-fatiguing. So if you're sensitive to treble, this is actually a good thing. But the downside is that it lacks extension and air, so it doesn't sound super detailed or airy. Cymbals sound natural, but hi-hats can sometimes come off a bit sharp or inconsistent. So this is definitely not for treble heads. So moving on to the technicalities, this is where you start to see some limitations. Sibilance is average, but at higher volumes, it can get a little bit sharp. Soundstage is just average and has enough space for casual listening, but nothing impressive. Imaging is also good enough where you could tell sounds are coming from, but they are not super precise. Separation is also where it struggles a little bit, where, especially in tracks with lots of music and instrumentals, it can sound congested. So this is not a technical or analytical IM, but more for enjoying the music. So what is the Sivga Que really? This is a specialty IEM where it's not trying to be the best at everything. Instead, it focuses on one thing: natural, warm, musical sound. The mid-range is the highlight where giving you those rich, organic, woody vocals are very satisfying. And at the same time, you do have compromises where the sub-bass is lacking, treble can be rolled off and inconsistent, and the technical performance is just average. So this is not for an all-rounder, but for people that have a library full of vocals, acoustic, or chill music. So this is actually a very enjoyable and laid-back set. So that's the Sivga Que. Let me know what you guys think, where would you take a woody vocals over technical performance? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. So I'll see you in the next one.